No traffic light. That's right, this is the only country in the world with no traffic lights at all. In the entire nation, there is only one traffic signal, and that is this, controlled by hand gestures. Welcome to Bhutan, land of the Thunder Dragon. Bhutan is landlocked between two of the most populous countries in the world, India and China. Unlike India, where the country is divided into states, Bhutan is divided into 20 dzongkha.
You guys call it district, no?
Yeah.
Here we call it dzongkha.
By land, you can enter Bhutan through the border town of Phuntsholling, located in the Chuka district of Bhutan. Thimphu is the capital of Bhutan. Foreigners, except for citizens of India, Bangladesh and Maldives, are required to pay a whopping $250 per person per day. This is a compulsory package and it includes everything from food, transportation, accommodation and even a guide for sightseeing. This expensive package for foreigners is to help protect Bhutan's culture, and a large part of this fee goes to the sustainable development of Bhutan. When it comes to transportation, Bhutan has no railways. Nearest railway option to get there being Hasimara in West Bengal of India, which is just 15 km to the next country of Bhutan.
Behind me is the railway station and we are now walking towards the taxi stand. We'll be going in taxi. It takes about 500 rupees from Hasimara railway station to Phuntsholling. They will drop us right at the Phuntsholling border.
Taxis are the best option and they are abundant here and are comparatively cheap. Bhutan is 30 minutes ahead of India.
It's two borders nearby, India border, Jaikon, Bhutan border, Phuntsholling, just 10-15 minutes walk.
Bhutan has one international airport located in Paro. The Himalayan airport is considered one of the most dangerous and scariest airports of the world, and only 8 pilots are qualified to land here. The bus transportation in Bhutan is so unique that to enter into one of them, you would have to book the tickets in advance, even for short distances.
This is a Thimphu bus station.
Bhutan has a very neat traffic system. Apart from being the only country to have no traffic lights, Bhutan is also a horn-free country.
These are all parking lanes. Cars are parked here for a fee. The fee is around like 30 to 50 per hour.
Pedestrians are strictly forced to cross the roads only through zebra crossings, and strict fines will be imposed on motor vehicles who fail to give pedestrians the right way. Talking about tourism, Thimphu, Paro and Punakha are the 3 most visited destinations. Some of the top attractions here include Thimphu Dzong, a Buddhist monastery and a fortress which is very beautiful with lights in the evening. Dochila Pass, a snow-covered mountain pass where you can have a 360-degree view of the Himalayan mountains. Punakha Suspension Bridge, under which flows the beautiful Mo Chu River. On top of a hill in the capital city lies a $100 million gigantic golden statue of Buddha called Buddha Dordanma or Buddha Point. Memorial Chotan, a beautiful stupa where people visit for spiritual retreats and meditation.
Fortunately, there is an entry fee of 500 rupees. There is a condition of 250 for students, but I didn't take my student ID card either.
Handicraft market is an ideal shopping spot for people looking for Bhutanese traditions in the form of souvenirs to bring back home. These shops, which are crafted from bamboo, are lined in a row at a mile stretch and contain more than 100 shops adjacent to each other.
So I did buy a few things from the market. Flag of Bhutan, a cup for 40, and there's a third one, a penis.
Most interesting souvenir I found here was a sculpture of penis. In Bhutanese culture, an erect penis is said to keep away the evil spirits. In some parts of Punakha, people still practice the age-old tradition of worshipping the phallus.
If I'm going to that house, sometimes I carry some of the devil and something happens in that house. So if there is the picture of this penis, it's not allowed that devil to go inside that house. You'll keep in front of this door and all.
For this reason, houses in Bhutanese villages can be seen painted with phalluses onto the doors and walls. Even a temple called Chimilakhang or Fertility Temple is dedicated to this tradition with really interesting stories. Tourists and childless couples from all around the world travel to this temple to seek blessings. Another place of spirituality is the Paro Tax Tank, or famously known as the Tiger's Nest. The 2-hour spiritual hike through the dense forest to the 4 temples located at about 3000 meters above the sea level is not that difficult and is really worth the effort. You can also find horses at the base to take you up to a certain level. Buddhism is the official religion here. Temples in Bhutan are called lakhang. Prayer wheels can be found in these lakhangs and monasteries, and they are used spiritually to accumulate good karma and purify bad karma. Dzongkha, or the language of the palace, is also the official language of Bhutan. Apart from the language Dzongkha, people here also do speak English and Hindi. Bhutan is a matriarchal society, that is, women are the head of the family and they traditionally inherit properties from their ancestors. It is mandatory for women here to wear a traditional dress called kera and men have to wear a go. Bhutanese cuisine employs momos, varieties of noodle soups, lots of rice, buckwheat and increasingly maize. Non-vegetarian options include beef, pork, chicken and lamb. Dried yak cheese is plenty here and is added with most of the dishes. Cheese is called dashi in Bhutanese language of Dzongkha. Emadashi, which is among the most famous dishes in Bhutanese cuisine and is recognized as a national dish of Bhutan, is made from chilies and cheese. Similarly, potato and cheese keva dashi, while mushroom and cheese shemu dashi. Apart from the luxurious restaurants, there are a number of local restaurants at every corner. These restaurants are small and comfy and cannot be seen even in Google Maps. As the sun goes down, the bars and pubs in the city turn into karaoke stages. Almost every restaurant in Bhutan also serves beer. Although alcohol is really cheap, Bhutan is the only country in the world where the sale and use of tobacco is banned. Still, cigarettes are sold illegally in the shady stores and foreigners are also legally allowed to bring with them up to 200 sticks of cigarettes. Bhutan is a democratic constitutional monarchy. King is the head of the state but executive power is vested to the Prime Minister. Photos of the king and the queen can be found everywhere and they are very much respected by the people of Bhutan. Gultram or NU is the currency of the Kingdom of Bhutan. Bhutan accepts both Indian and Bhutanese currencies and 1 Indian rupee is equal to 1 Bhutanese Gultram. Indian citizens on the other hand require a passport or a voter ID, a photo and the hotel bookings to enter Bhutan. Hotel bookings can be done on arrival but it would be better and a lot cheaper if done prior online. The entry permit can be obtained on arrival at the immigration office located in Phuntsholling border. There will be an entry fee of 1,200 rupees starting from July 2020. This rule was imposed recently to control the flow of tourism in Bhutan. Tourists would also have to take a separate permit to enter Punakha. This permit can be obtained from the immigration office in Thimphu and is free of cost. The best time to visit Bhutan is during the autumn, that is from October to November.
Even though it's sunny, it's cold here.
More than 70% of Bhutan is covered with forest. As a result, Bhutan is the only carbon negative country. In other words, every country in the world produces more carbon dioxide than they consume except for Bhutan. Bhutan consumes 3 times the amount of carbon dioxide than they produce. Every country in the world makes political decisions based on GDP, gross domestic product. Bhutan is again the only country that is guided by the philosophy of GNH.
GNH is our philosophy, gross national happiness. It's quite peace actually. It's a very peaceful country.
Gangkar Pyunsam, located in Bhutan, holds the record for the highest unclimbed mountain in the world. This is because in Bhutan, the climbing of mountains higher than 6,000 meters has been prohibited. These mountains are considered sacred and should remain undefeated. Briefly, Bhutan is one of the cheapest, most unique and happiest countries to travel to.
Hi, I'm Abhishek from Kerala. Last year, I did an India trip covering 9 states and 2 union territories, but I could not make a video out of it. This January, I got the chance to travel to my first foreign country, Bhutan. Bhutan is really unique and I really recommend you guys to visit this beautiful and tiny country. I hope you liked this video and feel free to share your thoughts about this video down below, and also for more of these short and informative travel videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel.